Hey YouTube, so I've already planted my chives. I'm going to plant my onions. These are Garno, Texas early onions. They don't take as long as other varieties to come up. I'm choosing these because I'm planting my onions late. You should not plant your onions when I'm planting my onions. You should actually plant your onions if you are in zone 9A. You should actually plant your onions like in October. But I figure I might be able to get some cool little like green onions out of this, and I just really like onions. So I'm like, what the hell, let's see what happens. So I got my onions from this place called Little Shop of Seeds. And I'm telling you this not because I'm getting like sponsored or anything, but because you get your seeds for 55 cents. It's really cheap for seed prices online. You get them for cheap because they come on a piece of paper in little plastic bags taped to the piece of paper. They do not come in a traditional seed packet. So instead of paying like 99 cents or $1.50 for a pack of seeds, you're paying 55 cents. I know a lot of you can't drive, don't want to drive. Maybe live out in the freaking boondocks. Whatever. It's good. Now you do have to pay shipping and handling, but still, if you're getting quite a few seeds, it's worth checking it out. So I'm using the square foot gardening method, which allows me to plant more plants in than a traditional row. Now the square foot gardening method, if you want big onions, they suggest 9 onions. But I'm mainly going for the greens because, like I said, I'm kind of stupid and planting them a bit late. But don't worry, I do have more onions that I am going to plant at the appropriate time. So I'm going to go for 16 onions, which is what they recommend if you, you know, are not going to, if you're going to go for the greens. Now, when you're planting onions, I think it's 1.5 inches deep that you want to plant onions. So I'm gonna go about to my second knuckle, not the knuckle right by your fingernail, the knuckle a little bit past that. And I'm going to do my little 16 holes. So, as I explained the layout of my bed in my last video, but for those of you who can't see, my bed I was able to divide into 3 11-inch spots, 11 by 13. So I have popsicle sticks dividing where mine are. So that's 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes. And we are going to thin out these as we go on. Now, to keep my rows kind of straight, I'm finding the row, I'm starting near me, I'm going long ways, and I put in my 4 holes. I'm using my thumb to find my holes near me and to make my rows kind of straight. So my my hand ends up, my thumb is towards me, and my finger is also directly in front of me, and it allows me to keep my rows kind of as straight as possible. That's the way that I kind of do it. Again, other smarter people might have a better or different way. So I put my thumb in the hole, and I go like this to make my rows. And that also kind of allows me to kind of stay to know where I'm at in my bed. Now I kind of messed up my spacing here. Actually, no, I did 4, 8, 12, 16. No, I didn't. I got 16 holes. I just can't count. So I do my holes, then I drop my seeds in. These seeds are kind of finicky. If you don't want to deal with sowing your own seeds like this, they do make this stuff called seed tape, which is literally seeds attached to tape, and you just plant the whole thing. For some of you, if you have, if your dexterity maybe isn't quite that good, or you just don't want to mess with the spacing, stuff, it's a good option. So I'm putting my seed in, I'm covering up, putting my seed in, cover it up loosely. Now you should water your seed, you should pre-moisten your soil before planting. It's been raining here, so I didn't. And also, to know when you should plant things, you need to look up your geographical zone. I live in Texas, in Houston, that happens to be zone 9A. So what I'm growing at certain times of the year probably isn't going to be what you want to be growing at those same times. And also, some of you, especially up in the north, to extend your growing season, you're going to want to start your seeds indoors, which one day I'll do videos on seeds starting indoors, but I don't have growing lights and all that stuff, so it really wouldn't be a very educational video at this point in time. Now, here's the thing I'm doing, which is kind of risky and kind of stupid. Because I'm direct sowing, I could be putting 2 or 3 seeds in each hole, because some of these seeds aren't going to germinate and I will just waste it gardening space. But you know, hey ho. So if I was starting them indoors, I would probably have put more seeds in a pod, and I probably would have then killed or transplanted more than one seed from that pod, depending on how they worked out. So, okay, I just need to do my last seed. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to email me at blind1, BLINDDE1 @gmail.com. And good luck if you decide to grow anything, but especially onions.